Hi guys, my name is Anita, and today's video I would like to dedicate to different aerial sports and to the discussion which sport exactly is better for which kind of personality. So regarding myself, I have been doing acrobatics for more than 15 years, gymnastics for more than 5 years, and other aerial sports for more than 3 years. And I can't say that I really love all the sports I was trying to do or something like that, but of course we cannot like everything. So I would tell you what peculiarities each sport has, and maybe what I don't like you will like. So let's start with not really aerial sports, but with acrobatics. Like the sport I have been doing the most from the childhood. In fact, in the childhood, I can't say that I really liked that sport because the coaches were quite strict and screaming a lot, but still, for me, it's quite safe sport. Not many places now are suitable for that sport if you're starting as an adult, because, for example, you can find in many places some gymnastic bars, for example, or trampolines, but like usual something like acrobatic road, you can't find everywhere. Usually, I think it's more for professionals. So if you're thinking about maybe giving your child a chance to try this sport, it would be a great idea, because I think it's really good basics for all other sports. In fact, I think something like my generation usually started with acrobatics, trampolines, gymnastics, and now when they're not like professionals, they switched to some aerial sports like aerial hoops, trapeze, and others. So I would recommend you acrobatics if like you're a little bit scary of height, for example, because on trampolines to do lots of tricks you need to jump high, and it's more difficult to control yourself while jumping on the trampoline, like in comparison to doing some tricks on the road. And also some trampoline tricks usually are more difficult, because you like doing some combo, but it's trick, and not lots of tricks. And when you're doing the road, you should have more force, because it's like not really soft, and you should really use your legs a lot. So if you're not really secure about your legs, I think it's better to choose another sport, because here you should run a lot before doing some combo, and while jumping each trick, like back handspring and others, doubles, you need to be really energetic. You use lots of force and strength. But on trampolines, you should use less strength. So let's switch from acrobatics to trampolines. Yeah, I think it's the least safe sport if to compare with other aerial sports, because like I tore my ACL on trampolines, and I know many people who did the same. So why? Because like on the road, when you fall, for example, you fall and it's ground, it's hard, it's not soft, it's not jumpy, and you can predict how to land a little bit. But when you're falling from some trick on trampolines, first of all, the trampoline is really jumpy, and you can't predict how you will land, and also you have quite high height, so it would be much better to fall on the acrobatics road than on trampolines. But also it's much fun. But if you want to try something on the trampolines, but you're a little bit scary of that, you can try a Trampwall. I think usually even in the trampoline parks there are Trampwalls, like, and you're jumping on the Trampwalls, so you can start just by walking on this Trampwall and to jumping over it and on it, and doing some basic tricks, also somersault and others, and it would be much easier and safer for sure. And in fact, I think it's only now getting more and more fame, so I think in some 5 or 10 years it would be really famous, and probably there is future of this sport more than basic trampolines. So let's then turn to aerial sports. Sorry, but I will start with my favorite aerial sport, is flying trapeze. A big disadvantage of flying trapeze is that you can find it not in many places. So I have been traveling the world for almost 4 years, and I'm really happy when I can find the trapeze. And sometimes I even fly to some countries just to fly on the trapeze. So as for me, the best place to train and to improve your skills, like step by step, but very much, is Koh Tao in Thailand, because you first trying to do the tricks in lines, then you're step by step learning how to fly out of lines. So I think you have like a big future learning flying trapeze that way, because like I know lots of places when you can fly only in lines, and someone is flying out of lines, but still like you can do some tricks, really scary and cool tricks in lines, but like probably for someone it's cool, but I don't know, for me I want to improve myself, and the feeling in lines and out of lines is different. So in fact, if you're scared of heights, probably it's not your sport. But in fact, I know many people who are also afraid of height, but they fly on the flying trapeze, and I think the most scary part of it is to jump from the platform. After this, in lines, you understand that there is like no fear. You can release your hands at any time, and you're in lines, perfect. And in fact, like also. I can't say that even out of lines you can really hurt yourself. Of course you can, and I hurt myself recently. Like I scratched my face over here, but in fact it was predictable. Like we caught with a catcher, and we didn't need to catch it, in fact, because like it was bad to catch. And it would be better. It would have been better if we released our hands, but he didn't release my hand, and so we flied and increased the speed, and then I like fell at the end. So I scratched my face on the net, but still, it's like only if you're training much and if you're like not thinking about safety. In lines, you're 100% safe. Like you have a person who are carrying your in lines, and like I can't imagine what can happen. Yeah, like the worst thing you can happen, you will bump with a catcher, but still usually the person who carries you on the lines will help to reduce this bumping, and everything should be all right, in fact. So yes, if you like extreme, if you're not really afraid of height, if you want to try something new and to do some sport not alone but with someone, because flying trapeze usually is done with a catcher, or you can also catch the bar, but I didn't meet many places where you can catch the bar for global audience. So let's switch to the aerial hoop. I also adore aerial hoop, and of course you will have lots of bruises doing aerial hoop, but I think it's worth it. If you also like extreme, aerial hoop is for you. There are lots of scary tricks on the aerial hoop, but also if you don't like, there are lots of slow combos when you will just spin around doing easy tricks. So I think aerial hoop is good for lots of people who like extreme as me, or who just want some basic flow. So I think in all cases you will have some bruises and it needs some patience to learn, but still it's beautiful and it's cool. And also some tricks are done on the height, but also if you're doing some spinning or if you're doing some basic combos, you can do it near the ground. So people who are afraid of height can try aerial hoop as well. The next, also you will have lots of calories, lots of reps, so you should be prepared for that. Now I don't have them, but if you're training like more than 2 years in a row, of course you will not have them, but you should be ready for the blood. So next sport, let's discuss pole dance. There are lots of types of pole dance, and in fact every person I think can find something for him or herself, because there are, like as I like, some pole tricks, and you can also do some somersaults, some backflips, handstands, lots of things. And in fact they're maybe a little bit easier than like in acrobatics, but still you should get used to them, because like usually in acrobatics you're doing something without the bar, but here you need the bar. So but also if you like extreme, you should try pole tricks. Not many places have them, but still it's cool. Also, there are some basic pole for beginners. You just learn some tricks, easy ones and not easy ones, but like if you want just to be strong and fit, you can try just regular pole dance and it would be all right. You will also have bruises, but like no way you can avoid them. Also, there are like exotic pole dance, which usually danced on the heels, and it's really beautiful, but also you should really check for the coach, because I don't really like combos of many coaches, because I never tried exotic pole dance, but I probably because I'm traveling a lot and I can't concentrate on that, and I'm choosing more some really extreme sports. But still, I think you should find your coach on exotic flow to like the combo, so it would be not really erotic and vulgar, but would be really beautiful, nice, and cool. Also, yeah, there is a Chinese pole, aerial pole, which is not fixed. It's fixed on only on the ceiling, and it can go on the air. And for me, it's the best pole because it's also beautiful. It's really difficult to do the same tricks on that pole which you're doing on the regular pole, but it's like a next level. It's cool. Not many places have this aerial pole, but still you can find it usually. Next sport, aerial silks, which I hate. And frankly speaking, I've never tried them, and I'm certain that I'm not the type of person for the aerial silks, because in adulthood, I think I'm doing sports to just release my brain, to not to think a lot. But aerial silks, it's like I don't know, like 80% of rolling up. You're doing, you're going up, and then some trick. And of course, in the beginning, the tricks would be really easy, and I don't know. I think I would be fed up with aerial silks after 10 minutes of doing anything on it. So if you like rolling up and slow combos and so on and so forth, it's sport for you. And I guess you would have less bruises in comparison to aerial pole, just a regular pole and aerial hoop. But also you can do some extreme tricks on the aerial silks. So don't think that it's only for some girlish stuff. Also you can do extreme things, but of course you should take your time and first of all do something regular. And frankly speaking, I don't want to spend my time on that. And let's finish this with the strapes. I'm also not a really big fan of strapes, but if you want really strong arms, you should try to do strapes because and also back. I think after a couple of months on the strapes, my back is like, oh, perfect. Because you use your arms a lot and also wrists and all the stuff. But what are disadvantages? You will rub your wrists for sure. You should have some wrist bands, but they help a lot, but still not really. So you should be prepared for the rubbed wrists anyway. And also, when I didn't use wrist bands for the first time, after the training I saw capillaries over here, so like red points on my hands, and it was a disaster. It was a disaster because I was so afraid of that. But after like some days they disappeared, but still. So it's really cool sport. It really requires you strong arms, but of course you can have not strong arms before trying to do strapes, so you will learn lots of things in the process. But I think lots of tricks over there are more difficult than doing something in the gym, and it's more beautiful and cool. So I like strapes, but you need to dedicate lots of time to be good at strapes. So I would be happy if you liked my video, and if you have tried any of the sports I mentioned, please write it on the comments if you felt the same about them or not, or which sport do you want to try, and maybe you want some more discussion on it, so maybe I didn't fully describe what you wanted to know. And if any other comments you have, please, I would be really glad to receive them. And don't forget to subscribe and like my content if you want to have more content. It gives lots of motivation. Thank you very much. It was Anita with you.